Yeah. Hi. Hello. Welcome in. It's Dave. Not wanting to be here. Let me some background music. Um, hello. Oh, that's too. I don't know. Whatever. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello. Oh yeah. Fine. Kings lose. Kings lose to the Wizards. I've had this feeling all year. Oh, I didn't even have this feeling against the Hornets. That was their first really bad loss of the season. This is just weird. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that we're going into Christmas like this. We have to spend 3 days dealing with this. Oh, and then you have a back-to-back against the Nuggets. Knowing this team, they'll win. I don't know. It's not excusable, man. It's not excusable. I don't have any intel on Sabonis. Give it to me in the comments if you do. But this is a little scary. Well, there we go, right there. You got it. Toronto was sloppy. Detroit was sloppy. They got the butts kicked in Milwaukee. Good team. Philly, good team. New York, better team on a run. But you lose. You come home after all of that. We're all so excited for your first 3 games are against the worst team in the Eastern Conference, the Hornets. Hey, look, hey, look, it's my parents on FaceTime. You can only see their eyes over the comment. You're playing against a crap team in Charlotte. You beat the Lakers, thank God. I mean, at least you beat the Lakers. And then you lose. I mean, you didn't just lose to the Wizards. They got pantsed. And Domantas Sabonis goes for 20, 10, and 5. De'Aaron goes for 26. Really cleaned it up after a tough start. Here's the problem. You're losing to these crap teams at home, and your 2 stars. What was it the other night? Domantas had like 50, 40, and 30, and Fox had 37. They both played fantastic. And you still lost? Now we're all second guessing everything. It's the same team that did quite well. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Not a good shooting night for Sabonis, 5 of 14. Keegan was 1 of 8. I mean, I don't want to just stat read to you guys. You guys want analysis. These games are tough to analyze. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but here's the thing. This team needs to decide what they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Do they want to be the Kings and the beam and all that stuff? It's neat. It's cute. Look at the cute Kings. Or do they want to be a good team? Because I think this is a good team. Yeah, they need a backup big. Yeah, other teams are going to start scheming for their style of play. This is a copycat league. And other teams they're gonna scout, they're gonna do what they need to do. And some of that's happening right now. It's just dumb. After all the stuff they went through, 3-3 road trip on a tough road trip. And you come back with this type of schedule, and now you're going against the 1 seed in the West, Denver. That's your next 2 games. And honestly, I thought there were times when they were too close to the Lakers too, but that's fine. They won. LeBron James. I'm pissed. I mean, I'm just mad. This is dumb. It's one thing. and I've done this long enough where if the team just sucks, you know, you're sad about the loss. You don't want to lose, but deep down, you know this team sucks. I think this team's better than this, far better. I know this team's better than this. You're better than the Wizards. You're better than Charlotte. And don't give me Charlotte's better than, and by the way, I'm going to talk to myself. I said, which is true. Charlotte is better than their record. Charlotte is getting healthier. That's true. Same with the Wizards. Even then, you're a better team than them, or you should be. I'm sorry. I can go up and down this list, and I refuse to believe that there's no fluke going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they just accidentally won 16 of their first 28, and really, what'd they go 16-8 after that 0-4 start, something like that. Like that. That's not just an accident. You know what I'm saying? You don't just trip and fall and do that. Kings now 17-14. Yeah, they're 17-10 after that start. That's not an accident. They're still in the sixth spot percentage wise, 8,000 or 5,000 behind or ahead of the Jazz. I got nothing for you guys, seriously. I do hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. I do. I'll tell you what, until we have till I'm done or all the view. I've no. Do not come here for analysis. Not tonight. I don't have it. The game sucked. They need to go in the locker room. They need to look in the mirror. They need to decide if they're a serious team or if they're just a cute story. Because they're better than this. And you know what? Sabonis and Fox need help. They need help because the Charlotte loss and this loss, it's not on Fox. Sure as hell ain't on Sabonis. Peanut butter brittle. I got you see that? Oh, you can't, can you? There's damn green screen. Peanut butter brittle. The chocolate's great, but it's overrated. Yeah, I'm drinking out of a carton. Peanut butter brittle. 4 out of 10. I'm just going to highlight your comments while I eat sweets. 4 out of 10. And only because of the chocolate. Next up, green sugar sprinkly cookie thing. This is really lame. Stuff to see. There you go. Green sugar cookie. Sugar cookies are lame. Yeah, nothing. It's dry. It's dry. It's dry and there's sprinkles. Who cares? You know what I should do? I should pull up Jason Ross. Let him do the post game. God, it just sucks. And it's just embarrassing, dude. I don't even want to like what? Ginger. I don't know what this is. Hell is this? I don't know. Why even make a cookie like this? If it doesn't have frosting on it, what's the point? It looks like some sort of cinnamon sugar covered wheat floury cookie. I don't know. Yeah. Tastes like cinnamon toast, but dry. Dry. Expired. Kings have a third. Well, good luck, Earl, finding third options that can score it well. They're raining down from above. Snickerdoodle, Earl, that's what it is. Or Brian. Maybe don't, I don't know. You're not taking these teams seriously. I don't know. But here's the thing. After that Charlotte thing, that's what really scares me. Every team has stinkers. More than one. Every team has stinkers throughout the year. Everyone. Championship teams, unless you're the Bulls or the Warriors, and I'm sure we could even go back to those 72 Warrior teams, or 73. I'm sure they had a stinker in there. So a game they definitely shouldn't have lost. Same with the Bulls. This was just gross and ugly and stupid. It was just dumb. It's just dumb. This is just a dumb loss. An absolute dumb loss. 19 assists. The Kings had 19 assists, and Domantas Sabonis, your center, had 10. How's that even possible? The entire bench combined for 5 assists, and Malik had 4 of them. That's just dumb. 13 turnovers, whatever. That's fine. Shot better from the line, 77%. That's not a thing. I mean, whatever. It's just, I mean, really though, 19 assists. So is everybody just gunning, looking for their own shot? Trey Lyles was great off the bench. Give him the game ball. Give somebody on the Wizards the chain. Baklava, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm not really big on most of, unless you're in like Sweden and a few other places. Most other countries don't do desserts right, in my opinion. Like baklava. What was that, like puff pastry with figs? Ugh. That's fine. Nuts. Yeah, exactly, Neil. And they'll sweep the nuts. The nuggets. Euros do have some fun. I mean, there's some great Euro, like the Swiss, the French. They have great desserts. You know who doesn't have great desserts? Is Mexico. Every time I go down there, I'm all over that place. Their desserts are like some weird donut-looking bread thing with jelly on top, like a little thing of jelly or a powdered something. Like, bro, can we get the chocolate, the pudding, the creamy filling, the whipped cream? Love everything else about eating down there, but not big on Mexican desserts. Yeah, they were down 30 at one point. You guys want to listen to a song together? We could do that. I could put on a song. Put on a song and just play along together. We got nothing to do, right? It's Christmas. Listen, if we're all on here right now on a what is this, Friday? Is this Friday? Yeah, Friday night, Christmas Eve. Watching me drink milk. We got nothing to do, right? 125, 111 is your final. I wonder how many of you would stick with me if I I wonder how many I wonder how many of you would stick with me if I say we mail it in like the Kings did tonight. Serious. I do. Let's see. I wonder how many of you would stick with me if I played a song. You guys want more analysis? You want more Kings analysis? What was the question? What's my favorite Christmas food item? I don't know what that means. Other than like, is it something I eat at Christmas I don't normally? You know what's funny? I don't eat prime rib usually except at Christmas. We're gonna have you know what I did? I did a total dad thing today. I was at the store getting Christmas dinner stuff, and I bought a turkey. And I wasn't supposed to buy a turkey, but it was $8. And in my dad head, I went, $8. That's a deal. Can't pass that up. Maybe we won't have the turkey now. But at some point this year, we'll have a turkey for $8. We'll eat off of it. That's such a dad move. I took we're gonna have prime rib, and because my sister doesn't like prime rib, which I get it, we're gonna have a ham. This is another dad move. Actually, someone could help me out. I got to lift this up. I took the ham out of the. I did the same thing like with the turkey. I bought a ham when they were on sale, and I put it in the freezer. Um, and it said to eat by like February 26th, but it's been in the freezer since like I bought it. So is it still good? Like, can I still eat a ham in December that expired or was supposed to be eaten by the end of February, but was put in the freezer, still in its wrapping, like fully before its due date? I don't know. You know what, Mark? Let me tell you something about tamales. My wife and her dad would make tamales every year before he passed away, around when they come up for Christmas. And here's my thing on tamales. I think tamales are the crab of Latino cuisine, and let me explain what I mean by that. Like, I love crab, love crab. I actually like I like real good like king crab more than lobster. If you made me choose, like I think crab is underrated, but it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to dig through, and yes, I got the cracker and I know the fork trick, but listen. By the time you're done eating crab, your thumbs are bleeding, your hands are sticky, you smell bad. You got flakes of crab all over you and under your fingernails, but it was so good. It's the same thing with tamales to me. Like, tamales are great once you get there, but the whole process, and then you gotta you unwrap them, and God, this is the worst Christmas treat bowl ever. Where I'm going back to the peppermint thing. Doritos Flaming Hot or Takis. Todd Packer from the office. Neither, because I don't like pain. Never understood that. My dad's the same way. My dad was the same way. My uncle Steve. They would just sit there and eat. Like, my dad would. They were both in Vietnam, and my dad would import this. Like, all I know is it was Vietnamese on the bottle, and it was this like red paste, and they would just sit there and pile it like on their rice or something at the dinner table and just stare each other down. And while there's like a little bead of sweat, bloop. One time when I was in 8th grade, my buddy Justin Moore, we were at Winston Churchill. My buddy Justin Moore was spending the night, and we dared each other to each take a spoonful of it, and we did. And I'll tell you, the first 5 seconds after that spoonful was fine. I was like, oh wow, it's kind of a little vinegar in there, some pickle taste, whatever that is, cabbage. Yeah, no, dude, no, it's not sriracha, Earl. No, this was chunky, and it was this white label, and it was all Vietnamese on it. And anyways, the first 5 seconds was fine. The next 12 hours, because it wasn't just the MC hit the thumbs up. No, you can actually hit the thumbs down for this. It was terrible. But I appreciate you. The next 12 hours, it wasn't just the pain and tears we went through while our mouths were literally like in flames, but it's the next morning. It's that first visit to the bathroom where you get to relive it all over again, and you can't drink milk in your butt. I mean, I guess you can, but it's not the same. So yeah, I'm not into spicy stuff. Yeah, if anybody's got a Sabonis hand update, let me know. Sorry, not yet, Gordon. I don't have that yet. Yeah, I learned this from my wife yesterday, Blake. I had no idea she was doing Christmas trivia for her work. apparently, and I mean, listen, I'm just learning this from her, so fact check me. Apparently, like a third of KFC's total sales um are in Japan at Christmas time. And what's the story? Like the CEO of KFC over there, because I guess turkey there was a turkey scarcity or something around Christmas. And again, I'm probably getting half this right. So they made like a Christmas themed like value meal or box or something, and now like half the country does KFC for Christmas. I think that's amazing. How do you get that crumble cookie, by the way? What do? You print out, because I saw something on my Twitter, which Twitter's broken, by the way, now. And I'm not talking about the politics. I'm saying like literally there's like ads at the top of the screen that are stuck there and tweets are all jumbled up now. Something broke. But what do? You just show your phone with the little coupon? Because I've had those crumble cookies before. And they need to get every time somebody misses the second free throw, they need to play Michael Buffer saying, "Let's get ready to crumble." And yes, I know he charges for it, but he reps crumble, so I'm sure they'd be fine. I'm sure he'd actually give a freebie for that. No, it's Michael Buffer. Maybe he wouldn't. Richard Jefferson, thank you, Neil. Yeah, the Richard Jefferson ad. Somebody had like a Merrill Lynch ad at the top of the deal. Just looking to see if Sabonis is on there. You guys familiar with the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald"? Give me a show of hands, the audience. I was thinking of maybe I'll quit my job and just do those reaction channels. You ever see those? Where what was the one I really liked? Where what's that Travis Scott song? That really popular Travis Scott song where it starts out with Drake. Why am I blanking? It starts out with Drake and then the beat. It was like his biggest hit, or one of his biggest hits, if not his biggest hit. And when the beat would change and Travis would come on, watching people's reactions. I don't know why. What is it about people reacting live to things that is it just the of spying on sicko mode? Thank you, Blake. Earl says I'm gonna quit being a Kings fan and become a Great Lakes Mariner. What a stupid loss, man. If you're not familiar with the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald," it's based on an actual event. The Edmund Fitzgerald was a ship that would go from like Detroit to Cleveland and up into Canada, et cetera, carrying uh well, amongst other things, iron ore in this song. Owen A and Jim Norton have a good clip about this horrible song. Oh God, Gordon Light. Hey, first off, Brian, Gordon Lightfoot is a treasure. Okay, Sundown. If you could read my mind. What is it? Song for a Winter's Night. He's a master lyricist. I used to think that Sounds of Silence was the best written song of all time lyrically. But I think this gives it a run for its money. So Gordon Lightfoot's son buys parts from for all the time. Are you serious? That's so random. I'd love to see Gordon. He's getting up there in age. I've never seen him live. And I would imagine listen, he's old. So I'm sure the voice ain't what it used to be, but if you guys ever want to go down a rabbit hole, there's a guy named Rick Beato, Beato, Rick Beato, and he has a lot of stuff. Some of you are going to know who I'm talking about. He's a former engineer. He's worked in the music business forever. Anyways, he has this series called "What Makes This Song Great," and he breaks down songs. He's got to have almost 100 of them. He he breaks down these songs musically, everything from Gordon Lightfoot. If you could read my mind, to Alanis Morissette, you ought to know, to Coldplay, to Iron Maiden. Like it's crazy, but he points out things that you never, ever, ever would have picked up unless you're a musician, and even in that case, maybe not. I'm not a musician. I love music. I'm not a musician. I don't understand what it means to play something in the key of E or L or G or whatever the hell. I don't get it. That's why I don't like Radiohead, probably, because I don't appreciate the music. But he explains it in such like, if you're a hardcore musician, you're like, oh my god, this guy knows his stuff. And if you're not a hardcore musician, um, he has a way of explaining it to you that for dunces like me, that it's easy to understand. I can't believe I'm gone 26 minutes barely analyzing this game and playing audio. Did we get anything? Let me look here. This is so professional. There's like 3 people left. That's hilarious. Let me see if we got coach something. Trey Lyles. We got Trey Lyles. Trey Lyles had a great game. What we need Trey Lyles for? Let me see coach. Let me see one of these other guys up there. Trey Lyles. Poor Trey. Hey Trey, you had a great game. Get up there. Hey Trey, get up there and talk. Hey Trey, you had a great game. You get up there and you tell everyone what happened. What are you talking about? Did coach not get up there? Did I just miss it? I see Morgan. I see Trey Lyles. I don't know. Okay. Maybe coach is I don't know, doing his thing. Maybe he yelled at him. What was this, Mark? It was your dream to get into radio, and once you're in it, you find out it's not what you thought. Well, I got into radio in 1997. Well, I interned in 94. In 94, I was out of high school, just finishing high school. But when I got into radio compared to radio now, it's not. Yeah, it's not even. Please, it's not the same. Everything is way more. Everything's cookie cutter. It's all corporate. It's all yeah. You got to hit this mark, that mark, this mark, that mark. I'm not good at that. I'm not a good radio person when it comes to that end of it. I really just, why I'm hanging on this post game with 21 people, all of you, is I'll let the pros do the post game. The analysis. I think it's just because we're sitting here on a Friday night, all getting ready, hopefully, to start, if not our vacations, at least our Christmas weekend. And it's such a different feeling with a loss like this. What kind of a different thing would we have been doing right now if the Kings had won, but they lost to the Wizards? And now, I want to look at this box score. Now they've got Denver back to back. Denver back to back, and what do you know? They'll probably split or beat them both times. I don't think they'll beat them both times, but old friend Mike Malone coming back. Utah's not a pushover. Oh, and then you go back on the road for Memphis. I mean, this is a really scary. What should be happening right now, honestly, is the Kings should be in the middle of a 5-game winning streak right now. You know what I'm saying? The Kings should be 19-12. And then if you do run into a Denver buzzsaw here or Denver buzzsaw there, both in a row, or even you lose 3 in a row, great. There's a legitimate chance the Kings could be back to 500 in 3 games before the end of the year. Who would have had that? Who would have had that coming off that Detroit win in that 3-3? You're sitting there on Friday, December 16th. So what, a week ago? Week ago tonight, 3-3, coming back from Detroit. Yeehaw, let's go. And now you're looking at that. You're looking at you got Denver, Utah, Memphis, Utah. I'll tell you something right now. All 5 of those teams, and then you got Atlanta at home. All 6 of those games are going to be tougher opponents than the Hornets or the Wizards. I understand styles make fights and matchups sometimes work better with even better teams. You got the Lakers at home again, then Orlando, Houston, Houston. I'm sitting there looking at Orlando, Houston, Houston, going, "Oh my God, Lakers, Orlando, Houston, Houston. That's a guaranteed 4-game win streak." You can't tell, and we have so much PTSD in this fan base. I don't, you know, I don't think the sky's falling. I don't think the season's over. I don't think Monty sucks. I don't think Mike Brown's a fraud. I don't think any of that stuff. I think they've had 2 crap games this week, and it sucks. And I hope they're pissed. I really hope they're pissed. I'm pissed. You're pissed. But just when you start to feel a little, and maybe the team mirrors the fans, not all of them, but some of them, most of them, dare I say, that just when you start to feel a little bit of confidence in this team, just when you start to feel a little bit of like, oh, okay, we're going into that game. Well, we got to play hard, do the right things, but we should win that game. Lose to the Hornets. Oh, okay. Well, that was a bad game. First bad game all year. No problem. It's the first really bad loss all year. You lose to the Charlotte Hornets at home. All right, you get it out of the way. First game back from a road trip, long road trip. I mean, that was me. It's legit. Beat the Lakers and LeBron, beat them comfortably. Okay, cool. No problem. 14-point uh, win over the Lakers. And then you turn around and you lose by 14 to the Wizards. And it wasn't that close. It wasn't that close. They lost by 14 at home to the Wizards, and it was not that close. Think about that for a second. It wasn't that close. They were down 30 at one point. It was a 1-point game after the first. What the hell happened here? 40-23? 17. You're outscored by 17 points by the Wizards in the second. And Hachimura and Beal, it's like they couldn't miss. What a bunch of crap. I don't know. Let me just say this to you guys. I'm gonna go play Super Mario Galaxy and finish these cookies. I think part of the reason I get so mad is because I'm a Kings fan. But I think part of the reason I also get so mad, so frustrated is I know how loyal this fan base is. I know how long this fan base uh, has been loyal, and this team over the better part of 40 years has been almost entirely crap. Like, think about it. We look back literally 20 years celebrating a Pacific Division banner. That's how bad this franchise has been historically with the best fans in the NBA. So it's not just that I want it for myself, I want it for everybody so badly. And I'm not going to overreact. It's 2 games. You steal those 2 against Denver, and we're sitting here talking about that was a wake up call against Charlotte and Washington. Quality wins. Sabonis dominated Jokic, and yeah, we need a Sabonis hand update too. By the way, that's going to stick in my mind. But I want it so bad for this city and this fan base. I really do. Sean Cunningham said he just tweeted this out just now. Mike Brown does not have an update on Domantas Sabonis's right hand injury, and right now everybody is waiting with bated breath. Is it a a jam something? Was it like a hand Charlie horse? I don't know what that is. Or is it a ligament? Is it a I don't even want to verbalize what would happen to this fan base right now if Sabonis had to miss any sort of time. And it's been this looming cloud, over this team. This has been the healthiest team in the NBA by a long shot. Fox missed a couple of games. Lyles missed a couple of games. But player games miss, it's like ridiculous how healthy this team is going to be. And that just doesn't happen all year long. Eventually it catches up to you. It always does. But if you miss Domantas Sabonis for any significant period of time, there is no player on this team that the Kings can afford to lose less than Domantas Sabonis. You could argue there's no two players they could afford to miss less than Domantas Sabonis. You cannot miss Domantas Sabonis. You can't. Anyways, the bottom line is this, everyone, and I'm saying this as much to myself as I am to all of you. I was going to go 15 minutes. We're at 37. That's hilarious. I told my wife I'm going 15 minutes, no more, no less. And we're at 37. This therapy. This is really, honestly, you're just watching therapy. The bottom line is we're watching millionaires play around with the ball. In the big scheme of things, it doesn't matter as much as we think. It is the holiday time, friends, family, whatever. Hopefully, we all have our health. If you don't have your health, you have loved ones. If you don't have loved ones, you got a beer in the fridge, whatever you have to be thankful for. Just know that there's so many around the world that have it much, much worse than we do. And we call those people Raider fans. Just kidding. But things could be worse. The Kings are 17-14. And if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year, see, I'm going through all my progressions now and trying to calm my blood pressure. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year that after 31 games, they'd be 17-14, I would have said, oh my God, I'll take it. That would be amazing. So let's just focus on the amazing. I truly do care about each and every one of you, even if we haven't met. It's what the city is all about, and people that I see each and every day, like Earl or MC. Illustar S, I see you there too. Have a great Christmas yourself, Brian. So many of you. I do love you all. We bicker, we fight, we go back and forth, we yell, we scream, but it is an extended family, and it does mean a ton to me. And over half my life, I've been talking to you guys or folks like you since I was a teenager before I could even connect my goatee, much less have gray hair in it. So I do hope that you and yours have a wonderful holiday. I hope that for the new year, you all get what you deserve, which is other than health and all that fun stuff, a good competitive winning Sacramento Kings basketball team. I will be back on the 4th on my morning show. I know that Jason Ross and Christopher Loud, who's normally in the afternoons, they will be doing mornings starting next week while I am gone, and then we'll all be reunited after the new year. So thank you so much for sticking around. I just spit on my microphone. It must be time to go. My wife's probably already passed out. Love you. I do mean that. And we will see you after the new year. Go Kings. Bye-bye now.